So I think I've got it fixed to where I can start doing my comic reviews how I want to now. For those who have stuck with me and been patient, there's going to be a lot of reviews going out. They're going to be in these video formats instead of short formats. So just be prepared for that. So we're going to start today. We're going over Spirits of Violence #1, which is basically all the Ghost Rider stuff together. It's a big Ghost Rider team up book, basically. So we start off with these nuns that are protecting something. I don't really, if it said, I don't really remember. There's some gateway to the afterlife, I think it was. And we are introduced to our villain characters, which are a collection of, like, this guy's called the Ivory Ivan. This is Graceful Grace, Sweeney Drawd, Jester Jack. These are going to be at least our main villains for this first issue. They get in this big fight over with the nuns. They just run rampant through them and just destroy them. We have Sarah, the caretaker, steps in, and she is able to distract them long enough for one of the nuns to destroy the gateway. So Sarah ends up getting away, and the villains decide they need to find another way to access the afterlife. We have Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch at his sister's grave, where his sister has been brought back as a ghost rider of her own called Spirit of, maybe it's Spirit of Violence. I can't remember right off, but she is now like a ghost rider, and Johnny Blaze is kind of telling him, hey, if she's the one behind all this, we may have to kill her. Uh, you have all these Ghost Rider allies coming in, talking about, this and that. Sarah, the gatekeeper, comes in, the caretaker. She comes in and tells them about the villains hunting for them. So then we go over to Helverine, which is Dakin. It's I don't think they've ever officially announced what his name is. It's I call him Dakin, but I've heard people refer to him as Dakin. So it's Wolverine's son, who is now possessed by a Ghost Rider spirit itself. He calls himself the Helverine. I'm not crazy about the direction Marvel took with this, but at the end of the day, we've already got 6,000 clones of Wolverine running around. We don't really need any more, so I'm okay with him doing this with Dakin. To be honest, I'm probably more interested in this style of Dakin than I am anything they've done, minus his first appearance. When he first appeared in Wolverine Origins and Wolverine was chasing him around and stuff, that was cool. Just because, you're getting into the drama of the son that hated the father and so forth. But once they got past all that, Dakin's just been somebody just lumbering in limbo for a while. So this was something that Dakin needed if they were going to keep him around. He's fighting some kind of cartel over there when we have the Spirit of Vengeance, I think it is. He's been around for a long while. He comes along and basically him and Dakin have a short little fight, but he basically says, "Hey, we're gonna need you to help," basically. And we go back to 20 years ago with Danny and his sister, who his sister has been in the fights with other girls while Danny was out getting kisses and stuff. And it's kind of a role reversal from what you would have thought. I can't help but look at all this art and just cringe. This is some really, really terrible art. I'm not feeling the art. If you like the art, more power to you. Personally, this I am not feeling this art at all. This looks worse than stuff I see in old newspaper cartoons. I mean, I don't understand who's paying somebody big bucks to draw this. I mean, what's going on here? I mean, it looks like Skeletor put a wig on. So, but I mean, this is not a great review because I'm not overly interested in this. I tried. I was very excited about it, and then I started reading it, and it's just it's hard to read. It's just because there's nothing interesting to it. Uh, the artwork takes away from it. It's not the worst artwork I've ever seen, but it's definitely pretty bare bottom. The artwork kills the series. The writing is not good. The story is it's got an interesting premise to the story, but the way they're going about it, it feels the first issue just feels long winded. But so anyway, they're going back and forth about how they may have to kill Danny's sister, lolly lolly. The villains have broken in somewhere else, trying to access the afterlife. I mean, the Ghost Riders go to stop them, but I mean, it's just complete silliness. I mean, Ghost Rider's hitting the guy in the butt with his chains. I mean, comics are meant to be fun, but there's nothing wrong with if you're going to play with something serious like Danny's sister coming back, then you need to keep the serious tone. If you're going to write a serious story, keep it serious. You can't do serious and then throw humor in and then go back to serious. It doesn't jive right. So one of the villains traps Ghost Rider in his own penance stare. Then we have Barbara showing up as the Ghost Rider they've been chasing. And oh my God, look at the art. I mean, this is just what the hell am I looking at? I mean, I'm telling you, it looks like Skeletor come over from He-Man. I mean, ew, man, this is rough. But she stabs Danny. I mean, God, I'm about bored just talking about it. She uses this person to open the afterlife. Uh, Ghost Rider has a talk with the demon that's possessing him. They usually take turns with the body, but this time they want to share the body. And then you get news brought to them that Barbara went to the afterlife because she went to get Roxanne, which is Johnny Blaze's wife. And that's how issue one ends. Is now Barbara has got Roxanne, so now Johnny Blaze is involved personally in it. So it's like I said, it's got a smart story point to it. Like this would be a good story if you put it in the hands of somebody that knew how to write. But the problem is the writer that's doing this, it's it's boring. It, he's got these interesting ideas that could be this great storyline, but everything he's doing in between is so boring that you don't care about it. So I may end up trying issue two. I mean, keep in mind I'm reading this completely free on the Marvel Unlimited app. This is costing me $10 a month to read everything that comes out. And I'm telling you right now, this even reading this for free was hard. If I'd have paid first issue, they probably charged I don't know whatever price was, probably $5. I probably would have asked for a refund for it. So the story, let's break our review down of it now before we go. Let me get the overall review on it. So I feel like the story is a good story point. It's a good idea for a story, but I don't feel like it's executed very well. I feel like they took what could be a fantastic story and they let some average schmo just kill it, just trash it. The artist, I mean, of course, some of his stuff here looks a little better than it did. Like, her face looks better, but overall, for the most part, this artist ain't for me. I mean, some of this stuff is okay. Like this stuff is okay. This stuff don't bother me too bad. This is okay, but I don't know what they're doing with the design for Barbara's Ghost Rider. Uh, that's just silly. But so the art I'm not a fan of, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. Uh, the story has potential. I will probably try the second issue just to see if maybe the first issue was just a lot of build, 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 build. Uh, but overall, I'm not impressed with this series. There's nothing about this series that makes me want to come back to it. And it's a shame because with the story they should be telling, if the story if the main points of the story were told in a serious, good way, I would be into this story, but they're not. So I will probably read issue two, and that will decide from there if I read it anymore or not. But for the overall general score on this issue, the story, I'll be generous with it just because it's got good ambitions. I will I will give it a 4.5, and that's being very gracious to it because 3.5 of those rating is for the ambitions of the story. For the art, like I said, I've seen worse art, but there's certain scenes like the flashback scenes that, I mean, there's no excuse for that. Not when you're getting paid the kind of money you're getting paid to do this material, and when luckily I'm doing it through the digital stuff, but you have a lot of people who are still paying for the physical copies at, you know, $4, $5, $6 a piece, and the artist is getting a good commission off of it, I'm sure. So yeah, this artist, he shouldn't know. And of course, that's my personal opinion. If you like it, that's there's nothing wrong with that. But this is not for me. So the art I would probably give, I'll be generous with it because some of it looked okay. Probably I give it like a 4. So overall, with the story and the art, the overall completely, I will probably give this issue a 4.5 out of 10. So that is my review of this. If you are interested, then here's in about another month or so, they should put out issue 2, and come check out issue 2. So that is it for this one.